Well, we've got him back, John Hinderaker. John, tell us about the debates this week. We've seen the latest round of debates for the Republican nomination. Donald Trump didn't show up, but he appears to be the winner despite not having shown up. Tell us about it. What happened?
Well, Rowan, to be honest, I don't think a whole lot did happen. The debate was a little bit of a fiasco. It was Fox Business. They had three moderators. One of them was a liberal, a Hispanic who's on a Spanish language TV network. And the other two ostensibly were conservatives, but they were asking very hostile questions a lot of the time. And there was a lot of shouting back and forth, talking over one another. And at this point, it seems like the main significance of these debates is whether any one candidate is going to emerge to become the serious challenger to Donald Trump. And so far, that doesn't seem to be happening. I do think that it's pretty clear that the serious competitors are Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. The others are interesting, but probably also Rand's.
James.
But, I mean, John, some people I've heard say this sort of debate is kind of like an audition for running mate, an audition for vice presidential nominee. I can't imagine Donald Trump putting Nikki Haley or Ron DeSantis anywhere near his ticket. Do you think that whoever he chooses to be his running mate, presuming he does get the nomination, was on that stage, or will it be somebody from off in the wings somewhere that we haven't even heard of?
Well, politicians can make up really quickly when their interests are aligned. I don't think, with the exception of Chris Christie, I don't think that anything that these folks have said on the debate stage about Donald Trump is going to preclude there being a vice presidential nominee. I think there are other issues. I think Nikki Haley is an obvious choice if Trump likes her, if Trump feels compatible with her. But I don't know, whether he does or not.
Rita.
Well, he did pick her to represent the US at the UN, and she did a very admirable job there. But I'm wanting to talk about this ongoing crisis at the border, which doesn't seem to get the coverage it deserves in the US media. A new record has been set just this month, September, more than 260,000 encounters on that southern border. How much of an issue is this? We are seeing cities like New York and Chicago also being impacted, but really those border towns are bearing the brunt. And where is the border czar? Where is Kamala Harris?
Well, that's a question you could ask about a lot of issues, Rita. Kamala has not done a thing about the border, nor has Joe Biden or anybody else. I'll give you an alarming statistic. We are at the point now where the number of illegal immigrants entering the United States is almost equal to the number of children being born in the United States. I mean, it may soon be the case that most of our increase in population is coming from illegal immigration. It's almost unbelievable. It's a huge issue, and we'll see how it plays out in the 2024 election.
Now, just briefly talking about that, Joe Biden, are there moves from the Democrats to maybe replace Joe Biden because he's plummeting in the polls against Donald Trump? What's the latest there, John?
It's really hard to say, Rowan. I have been saying for a long time that Biden will not be the Democrats' nominee in 2024. I still think that that's true, but the clock is ticking, and that it's not obvious that anything is going on that's going to lead to his being replaced on the ticket. But, I think legally, the way the Democratic Party rules are set up, the nominee is whoever the Democratic convention nominates. In other words, Joe Biden could pull out any time up to the Democratic convention, which is in late summer of next year, and they could nominate, whoever they vote for. So it's going to be quite a long time before we know for sure whether Biden is in this race or not. But frankly, I just don't believe it. He's too old. He's senile. He doesn't have the stamina. He's losing whatever mental faculties, he once had. And I think it's going to be somebody else.